Sam. We love Sam. Sam is a farmer through and through, and he works hard. And well, I always used to say farmer strong with him, and try to get him to show how strong he was. What happened at that one? Sam just automatically decided that he's
Sam, not the greatest swimmer. Again, I don't know if he was actually there. I probably just told him about this.
No, I was there.
Sam's not the fastest swimmer, but he is joining swim this season, so yay for that. And every morning I come up with some different swim sets for these guys to do. And we kind of have our groups. We have Caesar, we have Evan, we have Dawson, Taylor. All those guys kind of pushing themselves. And then Sam and Keelan kind of over there doing it all. A little bit of doggy paddle, a little bit of floating on. Trying to just stay alive. But one morning, we give him the first swim set, and I'm looking over, watching the guys, trying to get them to keep going, keep pushing, because it's a hard swim set. I look over, and Sam's one of the first guys finishing. And then, I was like, oh, he's going to tire out, The second one, he does it again. Third one, does it again. He just keeps going and going. I'm like, where's this coming from? He hasn't, it doesn't usually show that kind of speed. But I think it was like 10 100s, and he was just pushing and pushing and pushing, and didn't quite get all 10, but made it to like the 7th or 8th one, which is a huge, huge step for Sam. And I was just blown away just by how hard he was grinding, and then it didn't stop there. We went into the next swim set, and then he just turned it on again, and went again. And then when we did the jump outs, he was right up there with Caesar, pushing the other guys. Not the fastest swimmer, but he was pushing it harder than anyone else at practice. And that's kind of when it clicked. Then it transferred over into the games. And that's when he said, hey, I am the strongest guy in the pool right now, and I'm going to bully some little kids.
This is Keelan. You should know. You should know if you've gone to the games.
By my parents.
Yeah. So, one of my favorite things is hearing Keelan's parents.
Most of my mom.
But whenever Keelan's in the water, and maybe even when he's out of the water too, Keelan is told to shoot. And you know what? That is not a bad idea, because this guy has one of the hardest shots in the league. It's a slingshot. That he might be a liability with his speed. But one thing that he has really great ability of doing is popping up and looking like a threat, because he is a threat, for one, in shooting. And he has the best ability to pop out of the water all the way full extension, have everybody go like this, get their hands up, and then pass it into set. And so I was really impressed with how Keelan developed other parts of his game. No, amazing season from Keelan. He's our slingshot. He's our secret weapon. Love having Keelan on the team. I'm gonna go Jacob next.
The big goalie.
One of the things that I may not have had to look forward to at all practices was constantly being asked for about 4 hugs at each practice. From Jacob. Yeah, get up here, get up. Jacob is, and I love it. He's a goofy guy. He's great. If you're around Jacob, there's no way you cannot be happy. Maybe they disagree. I was happy at all moments when I was around Jacob. Jacob, another thing that I really like, Jacob was goofy. Jacob was always having fun. Another thing was Jacob was eager to learn, which is really important when you're a goalie, because it's not always that you get a goalie as a coach. So like, I didn't play goalie, so I don't have all the drills. I don't have all the skill sets to pass on to Jacob. So the fact that he was eager coming to practice, saying, "Hey coach, can I practice this drill? Can I do this drill that I looked up?" I'm like, "Yeah, of course. That guy's an Olympian. I've never played goalie. Let's do it." It was really cool to see him be eager about stuff, wanting to learn, wanting to improve. We love to give Jacob a hard time. Jacob's one of our favorite people to mess with. But he just brought so much joy to our team this year, I would say. And I really do think that Jacob was one of the more fundamentally sound goalies in our league. Evan was one of our captains. He also got Defensive Player of the Year. They're very skilled. They're the oldest ones on the team. It makes sense. And those guys would have been great choices too. But for some reason, everybody chose this guy right here. And as they came up and started telling me, Evan. I was like, oh, interesting, okay. That's good to know. These guys look up to Evan. And Evan has a lot of energy. Evan has all of the energy in the world and then some more. And he's all over the place. And as we continue to develop throughout the year, as coaches, as players, as a team, we could see that he was starting to step into that leadership role more and more and understand where he was able to get that and where that expanded to in the pool, in practice, in a lot of different ways. I would say Evan did a really good job of sticking to our defensive mindset, because about halfway through the season we realized that it was mostly Wyatt and Evan back hanging out on defense when we were counterattacking out, and they'd be like, all right, we got to come back here and be the safety valve just in case we miss. You know what I mean? And which I was kind of bummed about at first, because I was thinking, man, Evan is so fast, he should be leading these counterattacks. But Evan knew, and I soon realized, you know what? We have a lot of guys on our team that are fast and can run a counterattack properly. And if you run it properly as a team, the goal is anybody can score, because you have an advantage. And Evan understood that, and at the long term, he really started to develop that mindset of, hey, I'm going to help back. I'm not going to put any of my teammates in a position that I don't want to be in. And he started to understand how to foul and drop, and how to bait passes where he'd jump some way and then come back and still let out a set. He really developed throughout the season. I mean, he's fast, he's good at the game, but he just didn't have that knack on defense to, hey, I'm going to be the one to steal it because I'm faster than people. I have awareness, which developed halfway through the season. A lot more awareness. Good job, Evan. Amazing team. All right, the youngins. The sophomores. The 5-foot club. Matthew. Another very defensive-minded player. He probably might still have. I think he probably has the best IQ of the game. That's not an accident. That's not because I think he's smarter than other people on the team. That's because he had a brother that played on a very good team in high school. And what he did was he watched that and he said, that is exactly what I want to be. I want to be just like my brother. I'm going to be just like that. And you know what? His brother's about 100 pounds heavier than him. So he had to be a lot smarter than his brother. So he's working through that. He's trying to figure out, what do I have to do because I'm smaller. I want to be just as good as my brother. So he's watched film. I'm sure he's watched every single game we played this year probably 3 times. He knows exactly what his mistakes are. Throughout the season, he started stepping up. He has one of the best form of passing and shooting on our team. He has great positioning and balance in the water. And he makes goalies look really bad sometimes, which is really fun when he does his spin lob. And the goalies come forward and then they realize it's a lob going over their head. And it's just, Matthew's one of those guys that he's a glue. He's a glue to the team. Matthew was in mostly every single game, and it was really hard to take him out. And there was a couple points in the season where he was sick or he was hurting at the long tournament as well. A lot of stuff happened at the long tournament. But his arm was hurting. We had to pull him out, and we realized, man, we're not as cohesive as a group when he's not in the pool, which is really impressive as a sophomore. So, and he has great sportsmanship, as we talked about too. Matthew's just a stud. So, thank you, Matthew. And, Easton's really strong too. And we have to continue to pour into him and make him understand that he's really strong and built, and he has bursts of speed. There was one time where I didn't know if it was Evan or Easton that was in there, and I was like, Easton's not that fast, he's a diver. There's no way. And then I was like, wait, no, that is number 2. That is Easton. And so there's a lot of growth in him as well. He's a sophomore. One of the biggest things for him is that he just, by the end of the season, he started to actually believe everything that everybody on his team believed about him. He started to believe, hey, I can pop up and make a shot. I can score. I can be, I understand the game. I can make good passes. I can play defense. And he became somebody that I could put in and not have to worry about it. Colin's awesome. Colin's sophomore as well. Colin is obviously really coachable. That's why he got the award. And it is so fun to know that in high school athletics, you cannot tell somebody when they're about to go into the game more than one or two things. Because if you tell them two things, maybe three things, they don't remember anything. They go into the game and they're just lost. And I think the person that I was able to tell two things to all season consistently and feel comfortable was Colin. But he's working so hard. And I think that having that silent, I'm going to show you, and lead based off showing is something that Colin added to our team and was very, very, very valuable. So, for Colin. Season was so amazing. I get super emotional about things I really care about. And after that Porterville game, I was so sad. Because I hadn't dealt with, man, our season's over. I thought we were winning Valley for sure. And I just had not dealt with it. And Dawson came up, gave me a hug right away, and I just broke down. I hadn't mentally prepared myself for that. And I think it comes down to when you invest a lot, it hurts a lot. And that's something that you're gonna have to deal with throughout your whole life, all of you guys. So don't shy away from it, I would say. If I could leave anything with you now and going forward, is don't shy away from stuff really hurting, because if you do, nothing you do will matter. So, guys, this season mattered a lot to me. I'm really happy. I'm sad to see my seniors go. I'm super excited for the future. And yeah, that's just some insight. If you guys didn't know, I get very emotional very easily about stuff I really care about. And these people right here are what I really do care about a lot. And yeah.
Two of the best coaches I've had in my whole water polo career, and it's sad that it happened to be my last year, but you know, it is what it is. I'm glad all of them returned back. We have a tradition that we started this year with some sort of game ball, you could say, which just happens to be a rice hat, and very much. So as our good for you, we have you guys rice hats.
For my seniors, I happen to also get to say a gift of a hat like this that's really ugly from Seth Nordell. He's going to be my best man. I haven't told him that, so he knows. But he is a Nordell, just like Sawyer, and just like Grace. And they're a very, very important family to me. They're the reason why I got into water polo in the first place. I didn't go here to Golden West. I went to Sawyer Union, and I was worried about going into high school having to play a sport that my dad went to college for, and I'm like, I'm never going to be that good. So the Nordells introduced me to water polo, which was great because I was good at that compared to football, especially. And so, long story short, Seth bought me this ugly hat for some reason, and so I started bringing it out to practice, and I got like 5 compliments in like 2 minutes. And Sawyer was like, "Are you kidding me?" Because Sawyer was telling me how ugly it was. And ever since then, we started the tradition of giving the hat to the person that had the best performance in a game after each game or after a tournament. And it also kind of goes along with like a hard worker. You're working hard. You need to be protected from the sun. And this is it. So thank you guys.